Runaway June.
Welcome back to the studio, guys. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
To be here.
Jen, let me start with you. You guys went to Japan. How cool was that?
Oh my gosh, it was awesome. It was all three of us were like, that was our favorite country we've ever been to.
Do you know Japanese?
A little bit. I know words.
She attempted a whole lot while we were
tried.
there.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like
what?
counting. Ichi ni san chi go roko shichi hachi kyu.
You remember that?
Did
Did you learn that for that?
No. So when I was little, I was obsessed with Japanese food, and we would go to this Japanese restaurant, and I would ask the chef how you say everything. Like rice is goha. You know, I just would. I loved Japanese culture for some reason, so it was cool for me to go.
Stevie, how was Japan for you?
It was my absolute favorite place I've ever been. Tokyo was like number one. The people there were so respectful, so kind, and so polite, and just, it was definitely culture shock, but I want to plan another trip to go back.
Why'd you guys go, Natalie?
We went for the military. So we went on, and it was a 5-country tour. We started in Germany, then did Italy, went to South Korea, Japan, and then Okinawa. And so it was, it was all performing for our troops. It was amazing.
Do you fly in one of those big planes where they like strap you in?
No, we didn't for this tour. Jen's done that before. I've done a bit of that.
Like the big gray
like the
plane.
C-130.
I have no idea what it is, but then you sit in a seat and you put the straps on. You've done that?
Yeah. I was in Iraq, and it was the craziest thing. They always would ask us to go to the cockpit if you want to meet the pilots and see the cockpit. And so we were doing, like, it was the middle of the night doing combat takeoff and landings because we were at war. And so
What does that mean, a combat takeoff and landing?
like they would just go and straight up, like, so you
They
try
get
to
up
like
as fast as
avoid
possible.
getting shot,
Yeah.
you know. And so one of the flights, they asked us to go meet the pilots, and I get up there, and there's 2 girls that are like probably 23 or 24, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are. What am I doing in my life? You guys are like flying these huge planes in Iraq. I mean, it was just so cool.
Yeah, and at 23 too. It's like so young. It's amazing.
So so you're not singing to the Japanese people, you're singing to the American troops over there.
Correct.
Right.
We did have one show where they got some of the Japanese. There's a line dance club, and so they all came and they line danced our entire show.
So cool.
I had never seen line dancing to slow songs. It was like graceful, like beautiful turning, almost like ballet. They were dancing to Wild West. But for most of the shows, it was just for military and their families.
Jen, you're pretty tall. In Japan, are you taller?
I was tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Tall and blonde.
Just sticks out
I
everywhere.
look different. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys have a new song. And so, Stevie, tell me about this song, Make Me Want to Smoke.
So this is a total different vibe than what we've done in the past, and it's really exciting. It's very edgy, very more rock elements, and we're really excited about it. We got pitched the song. One of the writers, Jason Sellers, he is just a phenomenal writer, and we heard it and instantly we're like, we are cutting this song. So it's me and Natalie are more of the rock chicks, and we're slowly bringing Jen to the dark side.
They're making me cooler.
We're making her wear all black.
But no, it has a really cool way of incorporating all of our styles into it. So we're really excited about it.
Is it ramping up now for you guys, Natalie?
Yeah.
Is it starting to be that busy season again?
It is. It is. I'm looking forward to it.
Are you guys doing, are you doing festivals, stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
Do you like festivals?
Love. Those are my favorite shows.
Because?
Just the crowd is fun, and they kind of like lose their inhibitions. They're all very loose, and just the energy you feel at those shows, I feel like, is really fun.
Yeah.
We're going to do some uncomfortable questions from our listeners that we do.
Oh, good.
But some of them are, there's a couple on here that I just don't, you just tell me what can I go all the way to 10?
Yes.
Go to 10.
Okay. Question number 1. What did Runaway June do with the t-shirts with the past members' faces on them?
We actually just sold a bunch of them at the last show.
Really? See, those are collector's items.
They are.
Oh, yeah.
They're vintage.
Also, we already bought them. The business already paid for them. We need to sell them.
Might as well make money.
Okay. See?
There you go.
I like that. Who is the best tipper in Runaway June?
Oh. I would vote Jen, probably.
I feel like you're always on top of it. Like, if we have a driver, Jen will be like, who's got the money, who's
she's
got the
always
cash, if she's
got
got
the
it.
cash.
But all three of us, because it's our money.
But there's always a cash person, though. Even in my relationship, I have cash. My wife never has cash.
I have cash.
Ever.
I
Are you
feel like I always have cash.
You have
No,
cash?
I never have cash, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm the prepared person in case we have to like park somewhere or tip somebody, and then she is like, everybody has Venmo.
Yeah, everybody has Venmo, PayPal. You can like scan stuff to pay people. So
Yeah, I just feel weird being like, hey, bro, what's your Venmo? But she does it, no problem. She's like, hey, what's your Venmo? And they gives all good.
She can get away with it, I feel like.
Yeah.
People are,
What do you mean I can't? Why can't I get away with
I
it?
mean, they're going to want cash from you, Bobby.
Yeah, okay. How do you decide who gets what bunk on the bus?
we all kind of have our designated spots.
When I
picked
joined
out.
this band, I was told what bunk it was pointed out to me, and I really liked it. So I stay in that bunk.
But we're all in the middle, right? Like we
Yeah.
all sleep on the middle row.
Yeah.
How is Jen related to John Wayne?
He's my grandfather.
Well, that's a question.
So uncomfortable.
So explain it. He's your grandfather, but through what lineage?
My mom's dad.
That's crazy.
So I just was visiting my grandma who's 94. She was his wife, and I took my daughter to see her, and she's unbelievable. 94, and she remembers all the stories, and she's like fully there. It's so cool, like hearing, like her regular conversation is like, oh, Marilyn Monroe, this and that. And I'm like, this is just a different world, you know. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did you ever meet him, or did he die?
He died before I was born.
How many years before?
I missed him by 3 years.
Do you see in his face or any of your other family members, does he look like?
Yeah, he looks a lot like my aunt and my uncle. I see my mom a little bit, and my brother, when he was young, he looks exactly like my brother. Kind of wild.
Do you have any memorabilia?
Yeah,
Like cool stuff?
yeah.
Like hats or anything?
Like hats, guns,
That's pretty cool.
boots.
That's awesome.
I didn't. Well, that's not uncomfortable at all. I actually like that question and that answer. Okay, Runaway June. They have the brand new song, "Make Me Want to Smoke." You know, I'm not a big smoker, guys. I've never smoked in my whole life.
I've never smoked a
Oh,
cigarette. in my
okay,
whole
so for me, I would be like, I don't know if I can sing about this. So, did you have the conversation? Do we want to do a smoking song?
Yeah,
We did have the conversation.
Go ahead.
I think you gotta kind of take some risks if you want to be a little different and stand out. And all three of us, whether or not that's really true for us, if we're smoking, it's like sometimes when you're delivering a song, you have to take on a different character.
Yeah, it's not even that risky. I'm just giving you guys a hard time.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're just we're smoking, chain smoking, you know.
Or it's about the boy too, really.
Yeah, it's
you know,
all a metaphor. And
Yeah.
to me too,
Yeah.
like the second that I heard it, it's like, you make me want to smoke, you make me want to quit. It does both of them at the same time.
Got
so I'm
it.
like, I'm cool with that.
typical girl can't make up our mind.
I just had to ask that question because if I don't, I'm going to have so many DMs going, you didn't even tell him smoking was bad. So I'm just helping me out here. I'm just covering my bases with that question.
Yep.
'Cause-
Yeah.
Smoking is bad,
'Cause-
just like some of those boys, you know. Bad news.
Bad news, Jen. Jen said she was on a flight until like 2 this morning. And I said, how you doing during the break? She goes, I'm tired. What happened?
Well, my daughter decided to come into her own this weekend. She's become a little adult and she's become a little bit of a terror. And so we were on the tarmac for 3 hours and she was just, you know, wreaking havoc, just crawling from one seat to the next to behind, pulling everything out. And like the first half hour, the people behind me were like, oh, she's cute. And then like by the third hour, they were like, control your baby. I'm like, I'm sorry. I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing.
How old is she now?
She's 1. She just turned 1.
And
So-
you're not strong enough to hold her?
Oh, she's
I have no
strong.
idea. I don't have
No,
any.
no.
I don't.
mean, when she would scream, like she wanted to talk to the people behind. She'd put her head through the little gaps, looking at the people behind me, sticking her hand out and stuff. I'm like, okay, bringing her back, and she'd go, ah! And I'm like, this is the nightmare that when you're on the plane, you're like, oh my god, that baby is a nightmare. That was what happened yesterday.
I would imagine there are a lot of moms though on that flight. They're probably a little annoyed, but also go, I'm just glad that's not me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, so it's probably
not
not
even
as
a
many
mom yet.
people that are angry at you as that are just feeling bad for you.
Hopefully not. Now I have compassion for, you know, moms and kids. I used to get on planes and be annoyed with the
Yeah, I'm
kid,
still
like
there.
shaking my seat. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
and-
still me. Yeah.
Well, yesterday she was shaking the seat in front of me. I'm like, oh no, I know this feeling.
Well, guys, congratulations on the song. And you guys gonna put out like more songs, a record, anything soon?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. As in it's already happening, or definitely as in like you plan to make it happen.
We
We are-
plan to make it happen, and
Yeah.
it's in the works now. We're in the studio and writing a ton, so
You guys are
really
recording
excited.
already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a couple more recorded.
They good or no?
Oh, yeah.
They're
Okay,
great.
good.
They're great.
Never know.
We think so.
You
We're
never know.
excited.
All right, Runaway June. Follow them, Runaway June Official. They have a new song, Make Me Want to Smoke. But they do, to all the moms out there, they're going to message me. They don't encourage smoking. It's a metaphor.
We don't condone
Yes.
It's a metaphor.
Thank you. All right, thank you guys. Good to see you.
it. Thank you.
It's a Bobby Bones show.